Lads, welcome back to the final round of round one, the final game of round one for the Fusion YGO Holiday Cup. Patrick from Fusion YGO checking in and saying hey to let you guys know that this is going to be the last one. So far, for a recap, a quick one, if you want to check out the games, make sure to check out the playlist, and you'll be able to check out all the deck profiles, the exact lists. Don't forget that this entire tournament is pre-December 2020 ban list, because it was all recorded before, or started recording before the ban list was released. So far we have had Cyber Dragon, Topple Tenyi. We've had Zodiac Tri-Brigade beat Dragon Link. And we've had Dinosaur Stomp Altergeist. And now we're in to the final match of round one, and this is going to be an exciting Gouki versus Salamangreat. Let's go ahead.
It's time to do.
All right, welcome back. We're here for game one between Gouki versus on the right versus Salamangreat on the left. I won the dice roll playing. I'm piloting Gouki today, and so I decided to go first. Now, we had a big old brickaroony in game one. We are looking at a hand with absolutely zero extenders. That's right. We didn't have one. We didn't have two. We didn't even have the coveted three. No, we had a big old whopping goose egg. I had two normal summons, two protections for Isolde, and that was pretty much it. Oh, and Oliver, but I had no extenders. I had no way to get to Isolde. It was just a really bad hand in general. So what I did was I set a card and I passed. Yeah, it was just not a good hand. And I had no ways to stop him. So I am going to get blasted. He goes for Foxy. He hits, it looks like Spinny, Sanctuary, and Signet Mining, I believe, is the third card. He ends up taking, I think, the Sanctuary. He gets rid of the other two, and it was Signet Mining, by the way. Yeah, I just missed it, so that's what he's showing me. But we're moving on quickly. He hits all that, then he has me cut. But he's not done going in, and I knew it, and he knew it, and it's just, silliness. We fill the time. We got to make it a 15-minute video so I can get monetization. That's a joke. He uses mining, dumping Spinny, getting Gazelle. Gazelle's effect triggers, summoning Gazelle, which he's going to use. I have no response to it. We're just speeding up the process so this game isn't, 75 years long. He ends up dumping... What does he dump? I think he dumps Will, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm like 50% sure that he picks up Will here. He dumps Will. Could be Circle. Irrelevant. Yeah, it's Will. So then he ends up making Foxy into Balinx. I'm cutting again. We both know he's not done, and I'm just literally wasting time here. He makes Balinx. Balinx will let him get, what's it called, Sanctuary, because he does run two. So he gets his second Sanctuary, and then he's going to activate Sanctuary, because that's what you do in Salamangreat. He didn't offer the cut this time, so he didn't screw up and waste your guys' time to watch, deck cuts, because that's pretty much what this game would have devolved into. He makes Sunlight Wolf. He then uses Sanctuary, reincarnate, summons the Sunlight Wolf into Sunlight Wolf so that he can re-add Gazelle. Why? Torturing me, I assume. Then he also adds Will of the Salamangreat back. He uses Will, targeting the Sunlight Wolf to summon two, and it pops his Will, so he gets to summon two back because archetypal, searchable, dumpable, recurable, soul charge is fair. Pops the Will, doesn't matter. He ends up linking the two away into Update Jammer. I believe. I'm pretty sure he makes Update Jammer here. Update Jammer in the Sunlight Wolf, and then he just links those two into Access Code Talker. He brings Spinny back for unknown reasons. I don't know why he did it. I think he was just going for the full extension, but I don't have anything. So he ends up making the Access Code Talker here. He's able to banish one, pop my card, and attack me directly. So twice because of Update Jammer. So he's just going to do that. He's not going to like prolong the inevitable any longer. No point in flexing any longer. So he's going to do all that, finish it up, and that's going to be the end of game 1, going to Salamangreat. All right, game 2. After that stunning, complete just flop by Gouki, Salamangreat now is going second again, and Gouki leads. I lead with reinforcements to the army, getting Twist Cobra. Now, once the Twist Cobra is added to my hand, I shuffle it up. I give it a nice little cut. I was mostly baiting to see if he had an Ash. Because I don't think he does, I'm going for the Suprex play, and he meets me with a Veiler. So cool. So I activate Headbat, pitching Twist Cobra to summon the Headbat, targeting the Suprex. And now I link 2 into Isolde, and he meets it with all of the chains with DD Crow. So it's going 1, 2, it's going Gouki, Isolde, DD Crow, and then he Veilers Isolde. So I get 2 searches, but it kind of puts me in a weird position as a whole. So I'm going ahead and I'm searching. I add Rematch and I add Rescorpio from deck to hand. This allows me to have follow-up plays on the following turn, but because he hit the Suprex instead of the Twist Cobra, I actually have an additional search available to me, which is really nice. The only problem is that I didn't have any extenders. Now, I did have a Neo Space Connector in my hand, but I knew that I had more Gouki extension in my hand, and I would be able to make at least some kind of a pain in the neck for Salad to deal with. So what I end up doing is I kept the Neo Space Connector as a follow-up play as potential for the next turn. And instead, I go here and I go right into Rematch, bringing back the Headbat, the Twist Cobra, and I immediately link all 4 away, and I believe I make Power Load Ogre, just because it's something very difficult for Salamangreat to deal with. That's really the only reason, is that he'd have to have perfect resources in order to deal with it right now. And because it gives me that free search, it's not something that drops an attack power so that he can easily beat over it. So what it does is it puts a big 2800 beat stick on the field that will put my opponent, especially somebody playing Salamangreat, into a position where they're in a tight spot. And the second, if he doesn't deal with it, I'm pretty much going to win. So I link the 3 away, summon the Power Load Ogre. Twist Cobra's effect resolves, letting me add 1. I'm waiting for him. He's thinking. So I'm going to use Twist Cobra's effect. And then I go into, I think I add Suprex here because I have the Rescorpio in hand. So I have the full combo for the next turn. And I ended on a big untouchable. So now he's got to find a way to either out it with like a Kaiju or something, or he's got to punch over it. I also set a card. He normal summons Lady Debug. I use the Fog Blade because I don't want him getting a search, because I don't know what he's got. So he links 1, he goes into Baylinks. The Baylinks is going to add him the Sanctuary. I think he activates Sanctuary, and I think that's all he does. He might reincarnate summon. I don't know why he wouldn't, but he actually opened just a bunch of hand traps and cards that weren't going to do enough. So I believe he plays the, I don't remember what he does here. He plays the Sanctuary, he reincarnates, so he's got the recovery play for, Salamangreat stuff. And then now he's going to, I think he sets a card, maybe 2, and then passes. Yeah, he sets 2 and passes. So he's got no hand. Now, I am going to lead with Gouki Suprex. I use the effect of Suprex which I think he rages. We're going to find out here in a second. I think it's rage. It might be roar. I think he roars to negate the effect and destroy the card. But we'll find out together. It is. Okay, yeah. So he roars. The roar pops to Suprex. Now, it did not negate the summon. So Suprex is on the field, and I'm able to add rematch from my deck to my hand. And now he's in a position where I want him to be. Is it perfect for me? No, it's not. But I use the rematch. I bring back two, not Suprex though. I bring back Twist Cobra and Headbat, and then he rages, popping one, which is mildly infuriating, but nothing I can do about it. Giving me another search, and I believe I add Headbat here, and I've still got the Rescorpio in hand, so I'm actually able to just continue off. Like, it's inconvenient, but it's not like wildly inconvenient. So I use the Headbat, targeting the Power Load Ogre because it can be targeted. It just is unaffected, so it doesn't gain the boost, which isn't a big deal. And I link the two into Codebreaker Virus Swordsman. Swordsman's effect will chain as well as Headbat, so I get to add one and I get to summon one. And the way I chain linked it, if his Ash hit, it was going to hit the Suprex. But I am grabbing what I see first, and then this Virus Swordsman, Forces of Habit. And then I link those two away into Virus Berserker. Berserker's effect brings back both Zero Day and Virus Swordsman. And then I believe here is where I actually link 4 into another Power Load Ogre. Because Power Load Ogre right now is pretty thick. But being able to make another Power Load Ogre is going to put my opponent in a bad position where he's got to deal with 2 untouchable creatures that are thick. So, I'm just double checking my math, because math is important. Just because I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player and can't read doesn't mean I can't do math. So, I'm doing some quick math in my head. I'm waiting to see if he's got anything. He doesn't have a hand, so I know he doesn't, so I'm just going to go, okay, I'm going to link these. I was thinking about going for the Phantom Knight play, and then I decided, nah, I'm just going to go for the Throat. So I make the Power Load Ogre. I'm just waiting for myself to keep up with what I'm saying. Yeah, so here we go. Now I'm making the... Oh, no, I make Access Code Talker because he's going to be 53. And then now I'm going to use his effect. I'm banishing a light to pop Balinx. He banishes a Balinx to protect it. So I banish a dark, do the same thing. Because it's smart. And then I'm going in for the Throat. And that's going to be game 2 to Gouki. Alright, game 3, here we go. So, because I won with Gouki going first, now Salad gets the opportunity to finally go first. It's 1-1, and Salad's getting to do its game plan. I saw none of the cards I needed to see. Full disclosure. So, I'm looking at a hand where it's like, I've got some stuff, I've got some cool cards in it. I did see one of my sided end cards, but it is banking on me predicting correctly. So he normal summons Jack. Jack links into Balinx. Balinx and Gazelle trigger. So he's able to get Sanctuary and dump. I think he dumps Spinny. I don't have anything, as you can see in my hand, to stop anything. So I'm just sitting here like a bump on a log. So he's going to, I think he dumps Spinny. And I know he adds Sanctuary, but I'm pretty sure he dumps Spinny. Could be wrong. Let's see here. Yeah, he dumps Spinny, adds Sanctuary. Maybe. There we go. So Sanctuary and Spinny. He's going to activate the Sanctuary. He's going to link 2, I believe, here into Sunlight Wolf. Okay. He says he's done. I don't believe him, but he says he's done. So he makes Sunlight Wolf. He uses Spinny to be able to re-add Gazelle. Let's see. And then, I think that was a misplay on his part. I think he made a mistake bringing Spinny back. But he ends up reincarnate summoning to a second Sunlight Wolf so he can add the circle. And then it looks like he's got everything he could possibly want, need, and desire in his hand. So we know he's got Gazelle. Gazelle and Circle, so let's see what he does next. He may just pass turn here. Oh no, I think he sets Rage or Roar or one of the cards, and he sets a card or two, and then he passes turn. I draw for turn. I'm not looking in a great position. Because I'm playing against Salamangreat, I have to assume that I'm playing against multiple interruption. I use reinforcements to the army to bait the Ash. Critical success. I summon Super Quantum Red Layer, but it is a summoning condition. It's not an effect to special summon. So I special summon the Super Quantum Red Layer. Then I use Spiral Super Agent. I choose Monster. I hit Spell. I failed. So great news for me. I can't predict anything today. So I normal summon Gouki Suprex. He's got nothing for that. So I link 2. I'm going for the Isolde because I'm like, okay, so I mean, I don't have anything, so I'm trying to bait him into thinking I have a way to deal with it, but I don't. I use Isolde, and then I use Twist Cobra as link 2. But I do need to get to the Isolde effect, so I'm just kind of... Yeah, so he's double checking the chain links. I went with Isolde 1 and 2 as Twist Cobra, so I could play around any back row, like counter traps. It ended out working out well for me in this position, but so now I'm able to add the 2 Gouki cards. I think I add Scorpio and Headbat and Scorpio. Yeah, look at that. Then I attempt to activate Isolde's effect, a second effect here. So now, because I need to have something, I need to have some kind of interaction here, but I just don't. Full disclaimer. So I activate it, he roars it, and I'm like, yep, that's gonna be a thing. I dump for cost, obviously, but it's not gonna help me because now I don't have a field and I have no recoverability plays, and I'm just in a great position, and everybody loves it, and it's fantastic and spectacular and amazing, and Anyway, now that you've heard me rant and rave at my own misfortune, he uses Circle. Circle is going to, during the end phase, add him something. I think he adds another Spinny. I don't remember. Foxy. It doesn't matter. He's got this one in the bag at this point, folks. If you remember game 1, well, it's the same thing. He's just trying to... Why did that... Oh, somebody bumped the table. Sorry for motion sickness. Anyway, so... he gets to go. He's looking through his graveyard to double check he's got everything. He links these. I don't know why like this, but he goes into Sunlight Wolf so that he can re-add the Circle again and reset the Roar. He just forgot for a sec. Like, he had a brain fart, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm like, it doesn't matter because what he's going to be able to do now, the Spinny is banished. But it doesn't, again, it does not matter simply because he's got the Jack Jaguar. And then the Jack Jaguar will be able to resend a Sunlight Wolf to the extra deck, summon itself, and then be able to do everything anyway. Spinny is banished. He's just a silly goose. So, After that, he's just going for the update jammer play to be able to go for the throat and kill me with access code talker. So we're watching him get there now at this point. But that's going to be game 3. He gets the access code talker. He's able to attack twice with it, making it, I think, 4,300 again, causing the game to go 2-1 to Salamangreat. Salamangreat got me this one. So now we know what round 2 is going to look like, and I'm going to give it to you guys straight while you guys are watching the gameplay going on in the background. Alright, so for round 2, game 1, the first match of round 2 is going to be Zodiac Tri-Brigade versus Cyber Dragon. And for round 2, game 2, match 2, it's going to be Salamangreat versus Dinosaur.